Hello everyone. This is the last part of the tutorial. We are going to look at how to render the sequence in Maya, then bring the rendered images into After Effects, add some effects and some color correction so that the character looks like he belongs into that scene. All right, and we can do certain things in Maya itself, but it takes long time to render. So it becomes easier to do some quick fixes in After Effects for a project like this, which is like a small project that we are working on. So let us get started. What we have here is our render. From the last class, we made sure that the character looks nice, the shadows are there, and the quality of render is good. And once we are happy, we will then render a bunch of images which can then be converted into a movie. Okay. So I will wait for this to finish and then I'm going to show you how to set a project so that your images will be saved in a specific folder. Okay, so right now we are saving a single image, rendering a single image, so it's not saved anywhere. But if you go to render settings, you can see that my renders are saved on desktop. There's a folder called Compositing, and there's another folder, images, inside that where it will be saved. Okay, so if you look at the folder, it is called Compositing, and there are a bunch of folders here, and in the images folder there are all our renders. Okay, so in Maya, if you go to File, Project window, here you have to give the name for your project and then you have to specify where you want to save it. So if you say new, then you can call it, say, Maya Compositing. Okay, and then the location is desktop, so I'll leave it there and then I'll accept it. Okay, and then I'll go to File, Set Project, and a new project will be created called Maya Compositing. Here it is, and I'll set it. Okay, so now if you go to render settings, now it is going to save on desktop Maya Compositing folder, and within that there is the images folder. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go to File, Set Project, and set it to Compositing. Okay, then go to render settings, and now we have to give a file name for our images. So here it is called Compositing 01. So this is the Compositing, it's JPEG image file format, and frame and number, I'm using name number extension. You can see name dot extension, so it will be Compositing 01, but we need name number extension. Okay, so we also get that .jpeg. The frame padding is 2, so that the numbers will be 0, 1 to 67. If you had more than 100 images, it would be frame padding of 3, and then you will see it becomes 001 to 061, and if you have more than 1000, then it will be 4 frame padding. Okay, by default it is 4, so you can change it to 2, so you don't have a longer name. The next thing is, now this is highlighted, so our animation is 67 frames long, so it starts at 1 and ends at 67. We are rendering camera 1 and we are rendering it at 1280 by 720. Okay, so that are all the settings that you need to work with, and then you go to render sequence, and then you click on render sequence and close. I'm not going to do it because it will start rendering and then I will not be able to continue live video. So that's it. Once you do that, you will have a bunch of images. You can see here in images, I did this one and I stopped it when I was recording the video, but we will simply delete that image. Okay, so we'll start from compositing 2. So once you have those images, you go in After Effects and you import file, go to desktop, and it was on desktop compositing images, and here you just select the first image and then say import because it's going to be imported as a footage. Okay, and then you drag it down here, and if you hit the space bar, it's going to play the animation. Okay, so it will be rendering first and then it will be playing real time. So that's our animation. Now what we need to do is add some effects so that the effects are added to the entire composition and then the character will look like it belongs there. For example, you can go to effects, you can go to color correction and add some hue saturation. Then you can work with the hue saturation numbers. Okay, so the whole thing becomes dark or bright or has some tint to it. Okay, you can also add some filter. Okay, you can add a tint if you want. We want to add a photo filter. Okay, so if you add a photo filter, then the whole thing, you can select a photo filter that you like, and then the entire thing, now the character looks like it's part of the scene because everything gets one filter to it. Okay, so once you're happy with that, you can duplicate the layers a couple of times, go to composition settings. We'll make it 3 times longer, so it was 3268 for example. Alright, then you can select these and go to animation, keyframe assistant, sequence layers, and I'll select the middle one, right click, time reverse. So the character is going in the front and then the character goes reverse. The other thing I'll do is go to time stretch. I'll make it minus 300, minus 25. Okay, so the character will go, so I'll select all the 3 again and go to animation, sequence layers, keyframe assistant, sequence layers. Why is it not doing sequence layering? That is strange. Okay, now the character will walk in the front, go back and walk again. Okay, and then you go to File, Export, Add to Media Encoder, and render it as a MP4 movie. So that's about it. Thank you very much.